going to ask my colleague Joel Matlala to just show you the mood of the conference. Delegates are singing and they're joyful here at the Cosatu conference, particularly after that heated speech that was given by their President Sdumo Dlamini at the state of the economy, and how the President of the country, Cyril Ramaphosa, has ushered in a new dawn that has seen job retrenchments, that have seen the signing of the IPPs without prior agreements and arrangements with the Federation, and also the high cost of living with the increase of value-added tax, which has a huge impact on the South African working class and the poor, and the frequent fuel price increases, just to show the depth of the economic status and how the economy is not performing at its maximum capacity and is affecting the working class, which is predominantly represented by Cosatu. I'm now going to speak to the president of Cosatu, Sdumo Dlamini, who was arguably giving his outgoing speech as the president of the federation. I'm going to ask him, President of Cosatu, was that the last speech you gave as the president of Cosatu? Because you said bakphoxa
I have given an input to the Congress advising them on how they must treat this organization with all the experiences that we are having as the Federation, talking to members and workers in the country to put Cosatu at the center of everything and not get involved in semantics and divisions and issues that have got nothing to do with the workers' interest.
Was that the last speech you were giving as the president of Cosatu? And are you effectively stepping down as the president of this federation? Because you said even if it means sacrificing yourself at this conference for unity of Cosatu, you would do so. Are you sacrificing yourself?
I have given an input to a Cosatu Congress advising them on how they need to take care of their organization going forward.
In your speech, you speak about IPPs being signed without your consideration, job retrenchments, particularly in the public and government sector, has been publicized and the president refusing them, job losses in the private sector, increase in value-added tax and fuel price increases. Did you support the president now of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, with a blank check, and now you are reaping the rewards of that blank check but not getting what you wanted?
We have commended the African National Congress 54th National Conference resolutions. They were talking to the radical socio-economic situation or issues in our country. And we embrace that, including the issue of land expropriation without compensation, the banks, the Reserve Bank, and ensuring that the country does not embrace privatization. What we were warning the leadership of the ANC here is that as we stand as the Federation, after Nasrec, we have seen the VAT being raised, we have seen the IPPs being signed, we are seeing more retrenchments being announced, we're seeing a threat to the public service, and that is not a tandem with Nasrec resolutions. So we are saying, ANC, remember your resolutions.
What did you take out of the president's speech of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, about plots, particularly aiming them indirectly to his Secretary General, who was stone-faced, whom you were looking at sitting in front with the entire ANC Top 6 delegation? What did you take out of that?
Those are matters of the ANC. I don't want to get myself involved in that. I think he was talking to ANC leadership, but though at the Cosatu conference. So I wouldn't judge him on that, but I can see his intention is to force and work that there be unity in the African National Congress, which is what we want to see in the ANC, as Cosatu workers were responding here to his input, happy that he has spoken. So all what is critical, the unity of the African National Congress requires the leadership of the ANC to go to their boardroom. I know now they are sitting as the NWC, talk about every issue that is facing the organization's unity.
Do you believe that there is a plot to remove Cyril Ramaphosa? Do you believe that there's a plot to remove Cyril Ramaphosa? Yeah, why are you laughing? Answer the question. During your tenure as the president of Cosatu, NUMSA was expelled. There's FAU left. A new federation was formed. contrary to what has been happening in the past 5 years. The new president of the ANC is saying, go out and reach out to those members of SAFTU now, NUMSA, FAU, and bring them back to Cosatu. What is your view on that?
It is going to be the view of these workers, having listened to the advice. They are going to discuss that issue and come to their determination, listening to the advices and chart a way forward. The leadership that will emerge here will then take the route of that decision of this Congress.
Has there been any informal talks between yourselves as Cosatu and SAFTU to forge some sort of unity going towards the future, particularly looking at the dire economic situation the country finds itself in and the onslaught against South African labor at this point in time?
No, there's been no talk.
Not even off the record or unofficial, or a letter that's been written to you by SAFTU requesting a meeting?
If there was an off-the-record discussion, I was not going to tell you. But I can tell you there's been no talk.
Not even a letter. Zolinze Mavavi, whom we spoke to, said about 3 months ago he wrote a letter to Cosatu's Central Executive Committee and to the NOPs requesting a meeting for you to discuss worker-related issues of unity going forward.
No, we confirmed that letter, but he did not want to discuss unity. The letter talked about their criticism of Cosatu adopting the national minimum wage. They are opposed to it, and they are saying we are adopting neoliberal policies, and they want to talk to us about that. What we said as Cosatu is that anybody within the labor movement who say they want to talk with the Federation, we welcome that. But the CC says after this Congress, that should be followed on.
Looking at this conference venue, what is your overall feeling and your message, and what do you take out as the outgoing president of Cosatu? What do you take out of this conference as the president of Cosatu?
This Congress was going to be measured on how much they have managed to finish it united. I am confident they are going to achieve that. We'll emerge here united.
On Thursday, we'll deliver the closing address. Sdumo Dlamini or Zingiswalus? Well, that was the president of Cosatu. As always, doesn't want to answer personal questions when it relates to his political future within the Labour Federation movement, and also saying that the president of the ANC was speaking to ANC members at a Cosatu conference. For the first time in history, he did confirm that the ANC top 6 leadership, the entire top 6, was present at a Cosatu conference. They are obviously about a meter away from us, or 3 meters, in an ANC an NWC meeting, a National Executive Committee meeting, where they are discussing all of these issues of plots that have been raging in the public domain. An ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa going guns blazing against those who may be seemingly plotting to remove him as the president of the ANC, saying that they must rather use those plots to plot South Africans getting out of poverty, and rather than playing marbles with the futures of South Africans.